would see the moon, the full moon out there. We'll go back inside and see man walking on the moon. I said, wow, how cool is that? 250,000 miles away, and we've got humans up there walking on the surface of the moon. I said, that's what I want to be. I want to be an astronaut. And so what I did is I shared that dream with mi papa. And in the same table, kitchen table, where my mom always makes us do homework every day after school, you know, tortillaba ella, hacía sopa y arroz and all that, you guys know that, right? Where I did my homework there, my dad sat me down and said, so you want to be an astronaut, huh? I said, sí, señor. He said, well, I think you can do it. But let me give you a recipe for success to make sure you get where you want to go. I said, a ver, démelo. First, he says, define what you want to be in life. What is it that you want to be when you grow up in life? Second, recognize how far you are from that goal. And of course, I was a migrant farm worker. I said, well, can't get any farther than that because I want to be an astronaut and I'm a migrant farm worker. Third, he says, draw yourself a roadmap. How you're going to get there. Y no se vale brincar escalones. You can't skip steps because that means once you get there, you're not going to be well prepared. Okay. Fourth, he says, the same work ethic you take en el campo trabajando en la pista del pepino, you take it and you put it in your books. After you finish college, you take that same work ethic and you put it in your job, your professional job. And then fifth and finally, he said, you need to get yourself an education. It's the most important thing. You got to go to college, get yourself an education. He said, you mix all that up, and you could be whatever you want because you're here in the United States, land of opportunity, you can reach the American dream. And I took that hook, line, and sinker, and I believed it. I said, wow, I could be an astronaut. Because my parents believe I can be an astronaut. Therefore, I'm going to be an astronaut. That's the power of empowerment, of having people believe in you. And that's why I'm here to talk to you guys, because I believe in you guys. You guys are no different than I was. No different than I was when I was in high school. So if I was able to do it, you should be able to do it. Porque yo soy diferente a ustedes. Yo trabajé en el campo, en la pista, you know. And so it's possible. It's possible. The only thing I would add, only other ingredient I would add to my parents' recipe is perseverance. It said, don't give up. If you don't reach it the first time, keep trying. Prepare yourself more and don't give up. And you know why? Because it took me not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 12 times before I got accepted as an astronaut. 12 times. And so I got accepted in 2004, trained for 2 years, 2006, assigned in 2008 on a mission, and in 2009, I went up into space on Space Shuttle Discovery. I was the flight engineer, and let me tell you, it was the best 14 days of my life, being up there in space, floating continuously, going around the world once every 90 minutes, which means those 14 days, we went around the world 217 times, logged more than 5.7 million miles, and we attached ourselves to the International Space Station. There were 7 of us in our crew, including a woman, Nicole Stott, an engineer, and then there were 6 astronauts waiting for us on the International Space Station. That was 13 of us at once in space, representing 5 countries. Truly an international effort. And it was great. It was great. The blast-off experience was the best, though, because it only takes 8.5 minutes to go into space. You go from 0 miles an hour on the launch pad to 17,500 miles an hour in 8.5 minutes. You're 400 miles up in space. The first 4 minutes, I was telling the kids in the elementary school, the first 4 minutes of that blast-off, it's like the best e-ticket ride Disneyland can offer. It's just great. I mean, it is great. The last 4 minutes está más cañón porque a little tougher because all of a sudden you're going faster and faster and you start feeling the G-forces. And so you get up to about 3 Gs, which isn't bad if you go along your body, but if you go across your body, 3 Gs is pretty heavy in the sense that, you know, when you breathe, your chest expands, right? Well, with the 3 Gs, it's hard for your chest to expand, so you're kind of hyperventilating. So after 8.5 minutes of that, I was ready to for to be in space, because once the engine's cut off, you reach MECO, main engine cut off, then the forces disappear. Now you're loosey-goosey in your seat. Still have your seat belt, but at least you're able to breathe now. And that was the, I mean, that was the payoff. That was the payoff of listening to my dad's advice, his recipe, is that when I was up there, I said, wow, my dad was right. Anything is possible. Sky is not the limit anymore. Space is. And that's why I'm here to tell you guys, is if you guys are contemplating your future right now, what am I going to do and all that, don't be afraid to dream big. As long as you back it up with hard work and a good education, todo es posible. Anything's possible. Anything.